Alright, guys. It's Monday. Um, yeah. I'm not super enthusiastic about this week. I'm sure nobody that plays this game really is. It's still pretty much ground zero from the announcements last week from Blizzard about pulling the plug on the HGC and this mass exodus of player and streamer and content creator just kind of ugh. And then coupled with weekend hots on top of that, like when I don't know, man. I don't have any intentions of not playing this game soon because it's not like I make a living doing this stuff. I just kind of record it and see if people watch. But I'm gonna level with you. These games are not the most hype. They are not the most happy, and they are gonna be pretty bare bones this week, I think, just because the caliber of player dropped off exponentially, and my teammates that I usually play with in ranked game modes were not super feeling it. To be honest with you, I wasn't either, so I don't really feel too bad about that statement or anybody's reaction to this game at the moment. But this is a Stitches game. It's an unranked draft, so just so we can kind of sit back and do nothing. But anyway, the build that I'm going, I believe, Patchwork Creation at 1, Serrated Edge at 4. I'm almost positive Serrated Edge at 4. That seems like the majority of the time. Tenderizer at 7, Putrid Bile at 10. 13 was Lacerate, potentially digestive juices depending on what you're doing, but Lacerate more often than not. Fishing Hook at 16, and then Shambling Horror at 20. We'll try to get into why all that stuff is the way that it is in the video, but here's hoping it doesn't suck. Alright, dudes. So, we're on Hadabura. We're playing Stitches. This is reworked Stitches BTW, so there is some new information to be gained here, as much as that's worth. But is the camera correct? I hope it is.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, that must be. Okay, there we go. Everything's fine. I know what I'm doing. I took Patchwork Creation at level 1. Be honest with you, I'm not certain that is the best talent, but it seems to be the most picked right now. So I'm giving it a shot in a competitive sense, in a ranked sense, to see if I like it. Hook range there, super short. It's going to happen. Probably going to happen a lot because I'm used to one thing, and it's different. Blocking them Li Ming balls. Our draft right now, I'm trying to play Stitches the way that I would play any other frontliner. I try to build him with the intention of slowing a lot and then really catching an enemy as they're trying to kite backwards in a team fight. Right now with our Zarya, we do have a lot of really, really good early game pressure, so we can just kind of do whatever we want to this building. You're pretty much going to see me throw that hook off cooldown, trying to catch people, just because it's not, I don't think, worth waiting for a hook at this moment in the game. Just hoping someone would step out of the gate there and get caught, but no biggie. Good roots. Nice, easy lockdown. Stitches can do some damage now too, BTW, so don't be afraid to just go in and throw down a slam or an auto attack. Or it's not super substantial damage, but in terms of tanking is pretty good. Okay. Ming looks like she might be building orb, but let's go get some camps on Hadabura Temple. Get this shooty camp. Not necessarily because I don't know necessarily if this map has as much of a focus on item control as the Volskaya Foundry does. Mainly because this map isn't available in ranked game modes, so figuring out what works and what doesn't work is a little bit more difficult. This is unranked draft BTW. I'm sure I would have mentioned that by now, but just in case you missed it. Stitches is decent at camp tanking now too. It's slow, but it's definitely faster than it was. With his auto attacks, the way that they work now, and the damage on his W, it's pretty decent. We got our Tychus in the top lane dealing with the Artanis, wrapping things up nicely with a pretty little bow right there. And we're just going to keep walking forward. The snap hooks are kind of what I think Stitches has to do now. Like, calling for that stuff in chat isn't going to work just because I'm just going to fling him. Like, the whole point is to just throw that shit and hope it works. Because I know where I want to hit, I know where I want the enemy to go, and yeah. Calling that would, or calling that in chat would kind of fuck up my timing, I think. Plus, with the shorter range of the hook, it's already more difficult to hit. So I should either be looking to follow up on some amount of CC with my hook, or just throwing it randomly so we can force a team fight the way that we want to. If I can hit Ming or Lily, even Artanis. Hey, speak of the devil! But I didn't actually call that, so nobody was looking for it. Just kind of hit it. Artanis got out of position, took some poke, and then we get to win this team fight a little bit harder. Things getting a little bit antsy on the top side of the fight. Luckily, our team is in hot pursuit. I did take Tenderizer at 7, so hitting people... Got him. Hitting people does slow him down, and Serrated Edge at 4 for the percent health damage on the hook is another reason to just, like, toss those bitches out. So, it's decent. I don't know if necessarily that Serrated Hook is the perfect talent for Stitches, because the other two talents on that tier are cooldown reduction and attack speed. Not that you would make a whole lot of use out of attack speed in a team fight with Stitches, but the cooldown reduction on the slam is pretty handy. So, I mean, that's an option that you have. Hey, there's a Ming hook and a blink. Get that. Fuck, I'm not really sure. Like, this is one of those 2-lane maps that it's a bit more difficult to decide what the right course of action is. Because I think taking the camps is the smart idea. I'm gonna get hit by that fucking boss slap. If the hook range was still a thing, that fucker would have been dead. Would have been so dead. Just slowing down Muradin right now. Don't have a hook to follow up. I need to chomp somebody real hard, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get to. Now I'm gonna get to. Bam. Here we go. Let's lay down some damage with our W and our E. Healing back. Enemy team is 5 down here. We are 4. We have ults. I'm just gonna try to go in, get this Sylvanas. Good follow up. I'm gonna make it out because of that Graviton, and we're gonna get 3 kills because we have ults, and the enemy team did not. So now we get this easy fort. Everything else just falls into place. Tychus still soaking top, doing the Lord's work. I think I wanted to hook Lily there, but happened upon Muradin instead, which is never a situation you want to be in. Got some downtime, just gonna go back, get full mana. Stitches does have a bit of mana issues, the way that he is now, and the way that we're playing him. So, I think our team overstayed a bit here for certain. probably definitely should have gone in on that Sylvanas. The KT should have, because of the amount of health that she had.
Escort the payload.
So now he sit here and wait. We just push, and we push, and we push. And see if the enemy team's going to give it up. Trying for a flank. It's not really how you want to approach this objective, because if you're not standing in the circle, it's not going to... I thought he was going to dodge right. I honestly did. If you're not standing in the circle, you're not going to stop the objective from doing anything. So, yeah. Coming around from the right side probably wasn't the smartest decision. I completely lost what I was thinking about there. My apologies. Holy fuck. This game does... So it's going our way right now. But there were a couple moments that you'll see coming that it is really difficult. Really, really difficult for us to win team fights. So I'll try to point those out a bit harder once we get to them. But right now we have a talent tier advantage. We still kind of have a pick comp, but our Zarya doesn't provide a whole lot of decent frontline for team fights. So there's stuff that we can do to make team fights better. Just trying to put my ult down on top of the Graviton Surge. No! Putting down... I can't even get it. It kills with the fucking turret. I chased really hard here. Had my Tychus followed me up, that would have been 3 more dead people. But that was some miscommunication on our part. And then 3 of our team suffered for that engage. So could have been worse. It was 1 for 3. We did lose that a talent tier up though, which is a little bit disconcerting. And with that being said, that's just gonna go to show why these later game team fights are gonna be a bit more difficult for us. So there's no camps on the map right now. Objective is all that there is. And we're just gonna look for a pick, because that's what this character is good at. Easy stuff. Drop his armor with the slam. All the follow-up CC on top of him. After that, just obliterating that fucker. Sending him back to school. I really want this keep. I would really like this keep. The objective really, I mean, it's got plenty of way to travel still. So there's not much that I'm terribly concerned about. Apparently, our team didn't get the memo, and none of our damage came over here to do that, which is again another miscommunication. Can we get the kill? Nope. Now that we've got some minions, I think this is going to be easier for us, but now we're in a predicament where we can't escape without at least getting 1 kill on the enemy team, or getting 1 kill for the enemy team. Giving 1 kill for the enemy. Words are hard. Lily doing that tank healer thing, like, look at that. Look at how much fucking damage she could just eat. That's crazy. And the rest of us are dying in the top lane. So we lost 3 people for that keep. We got the objective too, but I don't know how much that's actually worth, because it only looks like it's going to take the wall and maybe the fountain. Yeah, not wonderful. Are we going to get an Artana skill for consolation prize? Nice. Nice.
We should capture this
We still have a talent tier advantage, if you'll notice. So we're actually really blowing the macro game here by splitting up the way that we are. So we should be 5 at any point when making a decision, and if the majority is on one part of the map doing one thing, the rest of the team should be doing that too. But that did not happen in this game as much as I wanted it to, and that's where the enemy team found the ability to come back. As much as they can, anyway. I want to get over here as fast as I can. I don't want to do that camp. I want to try and hook someone off the point. Because I have fishing hook now, and I hit the fucking boss. Fuck me. I honestly should have just hit, I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I should have hit Vile immediately. And just run in there. It was good Graviton getting a kill on the healer. I am still going to die because of that beam. Looks like our Odin is going down as well. The combo from the enemy team right now is absolutely insane. Because the amount of damage that the beam puts out from Artanis, coupled with Li Ming's resets, is going to be absolutely fucking devastating. Not to mention that Sylvanas actually puts out a fuck truckin' dickload of damage too. We're getting some damage with the catapults. Enemy team does have to respond to it, but this isn't going to end the game by any means. What was I fucking saying? Oh yeah, their comp. Let's take a look at Sylvanas' damage right now, actually. She's put out about 40k, which is just shy of Li Ming. But if Li Ming is getting those kills, she's putting out lots more kill pressure on our team, because the Purifier Beam is just, it's getting run through us, honestly. And then once they hit 20, they're absolutely going to pick the Purifier Beam reset and the speed upgrade. You'll see in these coming fights here how devastating that combo is with Li Ming. It's absolutely oppressive. All Stitches has to do is put the beam on one of our backliners. As long as that person dies, beam resets, Li Ming resets, everything resets. If we can get Artanis, it doesn't look like we can. I want to try to stop the Ming, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do enough. Our healer got dove super hard early. Our Deeps is having some trouble as well. Can we trade the kill at least? We can't. We cannot. Fucking bummer. So that obviously wasn't the combo that saved them there, because they're not 20, but they did a very good job of killing our healer and then systematically just running down the rest of our team with Kael'thas, Zarya, Tychus, me. They had the focus in that team fight. Now that they have their combo, it is going to be even fucking harder for us to do anything about it. So, making picks, protecting the healer, recognizing that in and of itself is going to be very important for keeping us in the game. Enemy team's going to get that fort, no problem. I don't know why Sylvanas isn't actually just up there whacking it. Enemy team making split decisions as well. They just got a little bit greedy. Here's the beam. It's not going to matter, because it's not going to kill anybody, because none of his team is in position. At the same time, he will be up for the next objective, I believe. And all we can do at this point is take camps. We could probably go kill that bottom keep if the lane were more pushed. So I want to go for their camp at this moment. They had the same idea. We're completely visible because they own both the top and the bottom vision camps, so they know everything that we're doing. Try to take those back, get a good idea of what's going on. Nice. So now there's only one place that the enemy team can go to. I was just flinging a hook to see if maybe that's where they were running. We're going to go clear instead of do this camp, or fight for this camp, which is probably fine. Because this camp does manage to put out a pretty obnoxious amount of damage. And now it's dead, so nothing to worry about. We still have the fort in the top lane, so minions and enemy teams still have a little bit to go through before they can actually pressure the keep. Our wave is pushing. I think our whole consensus at this moment is just to try to siege up, get the keep down, get the pressure going, force the enemy team to be a bit more defensive in their calls, but this may very well fall apart because the enemy team, we don't know if they're coming around the back or the front right now, so ooh. Missed hook incoming. There it is. Got a minion. Merry Christmas, team. I helped. Now that the hook's down, they can go in whenever they want. I'm just going to put the Bile down to try and save our Malfurion. They got mind controlled. Malfurion's down. Beam is resetting. It's on Kael'thas now. He still has a turret. It doesn't appear to know. Okay, there it is. He put it down. Lily still getting away for some reason. KT goes down, beam resets again. Killer. Absolutely fucking killer. I believe the beam does not reset unless the target is visible. Yes, nearest visible enemy hero. Let's go to the camera button there. So, since Tychus was out of vision range for the enemy team, he was safe from the beam reset. We're just splitting up our lane pressure right now. I don't think Tychus can actually save that fort, so putting these catapults onto the core makes sense for what we need to do to win. Lily coming back to stop him with her blinds. I mean, that is a pretty hefty counter to any hero that relies on their auto attacks like Tychus does. Now that we are back in the game though, we have some ability to recoup. We just gotta push out the bottom lane. Gotta have enough items for the next team fight. That's pretty much gonna be the end of it. The next time there is a 5 versus 5. Oh, bummer. That is so sad. I cannot explain how much that pains me. It's like, I need to throw this hook right now. What? Pretty rough stuff. Still at a bit of a lull in the game right now. We've got to clear that bottom wave. Enemy team's going to take their chances and get all these camps. Trying to figure out... I don't know what we were saying in chat at this moment, but... lanes are pretty equalized. They have a camp pushing, we have a camp pushing. They're dealing with ours, we're dealing with theirs. It's it's like it's a mini boss. It's not a... It's still, like, if you ignore it, it's gonna kill shit like a boss does, but if you respond to it, it dies much faster. It's a really cool camp. I really like it. So we're trying to push up again. We still want this keep. Artanis is in the top lane for some reason. I don't know why. But if the enemy team steps up to us now, he's still got his global force beam murder death button. So he can pop it, and Li Ming can still get everything that she needs. If we can catch this fight, though, while he is out and about, he's actually probably inbound now because he's not showing top anymore. We blew Odin for this. We did get the keep though, so we now have pressure in both lanes instead of just one. And there is the pull from the Artanis. Odin is down. at this moment, it's just protect the healer. Protect the healer as much as possible. Popped my R to do so. It's one of the best peel tools, and I missed a stationary Li Ming who was just Archoning. Just, I can't. I'm such a bad player. I'm so fucking terrible at this. Kael'thas going back to pick up that turret that got dropped down and push the objective for some reason. Even though we could just kill the enemy team and end. That's the 4 people that you're seeing right now on the core are the people in chat. Kael'thas is the odd man out, so apparently he didn't get the memo by looking at the map, but this is how you win the game. Kudos to him though. He died a lot less than he could have, and he picked Phoenix, which I can always appreciate. I fucking died to the Sylvanas at 1% of the core health. Like, fuck off. Urgh! It's upsetting. It's truly upsetting. I don't know if I'd buy that. But that was that game. Here are the talents. 6 and 5, that's not too shabby. Patchwork Creation at 1, Serrated Edge at 4, Tenderizer at 7. I probably could have gone Cannibalize here. Because I wasn't really... I don't think I was playing well enough. Their comp was honestly hyper bursty, so Tenderizer didn't give me as much value as I thought it would. I probably should have taken not this talent, but the talent that reduces damage when you chomp people with your E, because Li Ming was doing a lot of standing around with her abilities, and if I hit her with one E, suddenly her damage falls off substantially. Fishing Hook at 16, even though I really love Meat Hook, and the slow is really good too. Fishing Hook with the increased range, like I'm sure you saw, there were more than a few points that the range fell just shy. So Fishing Hook is pretty important. But every talent at this tier is really good. And then Shambling Horror at 20, because Stitches cannot be slowed ever when you take this talent. Is anything... I can't be slowed by Muradin. That was about it, though. Maybe that wasn't the best pick. Should have taken the upgraded Gorge. Yeah. Yeah, should have taken the... not the upgraded Gorge, the upgraded Bile. But that's the build. I hope you enjoyed it. This video is just after the announcement last week, so I'm going to keep playing this game as long as I can. And I'll keep putting stuff out. Hopefully it doesn't die too much in the viewership. It's not like I make any money off of it, but if you're watching and you're enjoying it, thanks for doing that. I appreciate you. But you have a great day.